Iblis, he swore. He swore upon himself, and he swore by the might of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he is going to do what? He is going to lead the creation astray and his progeny. And he's going to strive to distance them away from their Lord tabaraka wa ta'ala. And he swore that he's going to take them with him to the hellfire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said concerning him, Inna ibadi laysa laka alayhim sultanun illa man ittaba'aka min al-ghawin. And indeed, my slaves, you have no authority over them, except those who do what? Who follow you from those that are astray. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed here in this verse that He is going to protect His believing slaves, and that He's going to safeguard them from the shaitan. And that shaitan is not going to have any authority over them. But rather the shaitan, his authority is only going to be upon those who follow him, from those that are astray. And this here is a tremendous wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a tremendous wisdom. Why is this a wisdom? That Allah created the human being, and Allah Azza wa Jal, He predestined everything. That Iblis became prideful when he commanded him to bow to our father, to bow from our asl, our roots. He refused to bow. But then the Shaykh, he said that this disobedience of Iblis, in it is a tremendous wisdom from Allah. What is this wisdom? Anyone knows? Why is there right and wrong? Why is there kufr and iman? Why is there shirk and tawheed? Why is there bid'ah and sunnah? Why is there right and wrong? Why is there kuffar and muslim, and why is there kuffar and muslimun? No, we know that. What is the hikmah? What is the hikmah? What is the hikmah? There's a hikmah behind this. That Allah Azza wa Jal, He said that you would have no authority over my faithful slaves, but you're only going to be able to lead astray those who follow you from those that have chosen that path, those that are astray. And Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan, he said, this is a tremendous wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yabtali ibadah. That Allah Azza wa Jal, He's trying His slaves. وَإِلَّا فَهُوَ جَلَّ وَعَلَا قَادِرٌ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَحْلِكَ الشَّيْطَانِ وَيَحْلِكَ جُنُودَهُ فِي لَحْظَةٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. This is extremely important. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mighty and the magnificent, He has authority over everything. قَادِرٌ عَلَىٰ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ عَلَىٰ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Allah has might and strength and power over everything. And if Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala wanted, Allah could have destroyed shaitan. He could have destroyed Iblis. And He could have destroyed his army in 1 second. نعم ولكنه أراد أن يبتلي عباده وأن يمتحنهم ليتميز الطيب من الخبيث ويتميز المؤمن من الكافر ومن المنافق. So what is the wisdom? What is the wisdom that Allah did not destroy Iblis at that instant? Raise your hand. Yes. So that Allah may test us. Allah gives us these trials so that He can test us to see who is going to be upon the correct path and who's going to be upon falsehood. Who's going to be a believer and who's going to be a kafir and who's going to be a hypocrite. So this is from the door where Allah Azza wa Jal is testing us and giving us trials. وَهُوَ حِكْمَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى. And this here is wisdom from Allah, the Mighty and the Magnificent. فَفِي خَلْقِ إِبْلِيسَ وفي إيجاده وفي إغوائه حكمة عظيمة. He said, and in the creation of Iblis, and that Iblis being stubborn, and him being someone that is seductive, a betrayer, that this here is a tremendous wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إذ لولاه لم يتميز المؤمن من الكافر. Wallahi, think about that. Had Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala not put this trial and put that particular event and created Iblis, then there would have been no distinguishing of a believer from a non-Muslim. There will be no distinguishing factor. وَلَمْ يَتَمَيَّزْ الطَّيِّبْ مِنَ الْخَبِيثِ. And we will not know who is good from those that are filthy. And we will not know those that avow to Allah, al-wala wal-bara, avowment and disavowment. And this is something that is extremely important. This is something that is extremely important. This is what is called loyalty. Loyalty, which is, it is a scarce commodity in this time. Loyalty, it is a scarce commodity in the time that we live in, even amongst the believers, and we ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala for thabat. Ameen. And then he said, then we would have not known who would strive in Allah's cause. So because Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala created Iblis, in it is a tremendous wisdom, and that brings a rectification to see who is going to follow his wicked ways. This is a rectification for the human being, for the believers, for those that are strong and firm and truthful. So Iblis, he promised that he is going to make the sons of Adam go astray, and he's going to deceive them, and he's going to lure them away. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, he informed us that Iblis said, وَلَا تَجِدُوا أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. And you are going to find that most of humanity ungrateful. Allah revealed this. You're going to find that they are ungrateful. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he favored his believing slaves with his protection and with his safety from their enemy. So whoever wants Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who wants to go to Allah, and who wants to turn towards Allah, then Allah Azza wa Jal is going to safeguard that individual. And whoever obeys the messengers and they accept the 6 pillars of Iman, belief in his books, the angels, and all of those pillars that are mentioned, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala is going to safeguard those individuals from the plots of the shaitan. And Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, he said that he's not going to allow the shaitan to have any authority over those true believers. And that is when he said, Inna ibadi laysa laka alayhim sultanun illa man ittaba'aka min al-ghawin. And indeed, for my truthful slaves, you're not going to have any authority over them. Walhamdulillah, أن الله سبحانه وتعالى تولى عباده المؤمنين وتولى حفظهم ونصرهم وحمايتهم، ولكن هذا يوجب على المؤمن الخوف العظيم. Sheikh Salih al-Fawzani said, all praises for Allah, the mighty and the magnificent, the one who has promised his believing slaves that he's going to protect them and grant them victory and safeguard them. However, the condition is that they have to have tremendous fear. Khawf al-azim. They have to have strong conviction, strong will. They have to be sincere for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah Azza wa Jal, He has warned us in His book concerning this evil enemy, whom He has slaves, He has soldiers. Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan, he said, الَّذِي لَهُ جُنُودٌ كَثِيرَةٌ مِنَ الشَّيَاطِينِ الْإِنسِ وَالْجِنِّ. Said that Iblis, he has soldiers, lots of soldiers, from jinns and human beings, which he, Iblis, he sends them out and he scatters them لِتَدْلِيلِ النَّاسِ, in order to lead humanity astray, وَإِغْوَاءِ النَّاسِ, and in order to cause seduction upon humanity, وَإِغْرَاءِ النَّاسِ بِالشَّهَوَاتِ وَالشُّبُهَاتِ, and in order to tempt the human beings with doubts and desires, وَالْكُفْرِ وَالْإِلْحَادِ, and to tempt them with disbelief and atheism. فَهَذَا يُوجَبُ الْحَذْرَ مِنَ الْعَدُوِ. So it is a must that we take what? That we take this warning from our enemy, from this evil enemy. وَأَنَّ الْإِنسَانَ دَائِمًا يَلْجَأُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَيَتَحَسَّنُ بِاللَّهِ وَيَسْتَعِيذُ بِاللَّهِ وَيُلَازَمُ طَاعَةِ اللَّهِ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى وَيَبْتَعِدُ عَنْ مَعَاصِيهِ فَإِنَّهُ إِذَا فَعَلَ شَيْئًا مِنَ الْمَعَاصِي فَقَدْ اسْتَجَابَ لِلشَّيْطَانِ وَإِذَا تَرَكَ الْمَعَاصِي وَأَمَلَ بِالطَّاعَاتِ فَإِنَّهُ يَكُونُ قَدْ سَلِمَ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ وَعَاذَهُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. The Shaykh Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, he said, as for the human being, it is upon this individual to always turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be fortified with Allah and to seek help in Allah Azza wa Jal, and to always be upon the obedience of Allah the Mighty and the Magnificent. And that the slave, he stays distant, he distances himself from committing sins. The Shaykh, he said, if it is that this individual falls into ma'asi, then he's answering the call of the shaitan. And whenever he leaves off these sins and he acts upon the obedient acts, then know that he is going to be safe from the shaitan. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the shaitan. نكتفي بهذا القدر. Will suffice with this.